Hello everyone, Mokorja. Today we are going to be learning some Irish together. So I bought this book about 2 years ago down in the south of Ireland on a family trip. And I bought it for the reason of when I go abroad for work or other reasons, I can share some of my culture with people, because a lot of people are actually very interested to know about the Irish language. So I thought today I would go over some simple Irish phrases from this book with you all, and hopefully we can all learn a little bit about the Irish language and culture today. So, first of all, this is book 1, part 1 in this Buntus Concha series, a first step in spoken Irish. So it does have a CD included, but we're not going to listen to that today. So here's just the introductions that tells you about the book, what you can expect to learn, but we don't really need to look at that because we're just learning a few of the simple phrases. And here are the persona, all the different characters that are included in the book. We have Padraig, Nura, Sean. Sean is a very common Irish name that you might have heard of before, but it's usually spelt in a different way, a broad. Then there's Moira, Koch, and Seamus. These are all still very common names in Ireland today. So if you come to Ireland, you can expect to meet at least one person with one of these names. So, before we get into the book, maybe I can give you a little bit of a note on the culture or just the history of the Irish language. So, English and Irish are both considered the official languages of Ireland. However, more people do speak English here than Irish as their everyday language. And of course that is because Irish fell out of use during the British occupation of Ireland. But there have been a lot of revival movements to bring back the Irish language, and we all do have to learn it in school for a number of years. And there are a few little places along the island of Ireland where people do speak Irish as their first language rather than English, and those areas are very traditional parts of Ireland which are beautiful and culturally rich, which if you ever come to Ireland you should definitely go visit, because they are just very, very unique places. I know abroad a lot of people tend to call the Irish language Gaelic, but in Ireland we would not say Gaelic. We would say either just Irish or Gaelga, which is the Irish word for Irish. And the reason why we don't call it Gaelic is because Irish isn't actually the only Gaelic language. There are 1, 2, 3 Irish language, or Gaelic languages, I should say. There is Irish, Scots Gaelic, and Manx. Of course, Irish comes from Ireland, Scots Gaelic comes from Scotland, and Manx comes from the Isle of Man, the island in between Ireland and Great Britain. So that's just a little lesson of why we do not call it Gaelic within Ireland. Now, I think it's about time we actually start learning a bit of Irish. What do you say? This is a very cute little book. It's very straightforward. It gives you a little dialogue here. Explanation of some of the words here. A little picture to go along with the story. And then the main words of the topic discussed in this. And then a little examples of how to use them. And further examples down here. So, I think the most important phrase we will learn today is Gia glitch. Gia glitch. Okay. Okay. So I think we should write this down so we can see it clearer on a piece of paper, and I can explain the meaning of Gia glitch. Okay, here we are with our little blue piece of paper in which we will explain this highly important phrase in the Irish language. So first it's spelled D I A D U I T. Dia glitch. Now you might be wondering, why is that glitch? Well, the main reason is because there's different dialects in Ireland, so that might be pronounced slightly different in the different dialects. But it's more so that... Sorry, my cat is behind me making noise. But it's more so that this word is kind of combined together, or these two words have combined together to kind of create a very, fluid sound altogether. Gia glitch. Naughty cat in the background. Okay, so this word is, of course, hello. Hello. Gia glitch. So there is a cultural lesson in this, because it doesn't simply mean hello. Directly translated, this would mean God. And this, something close to be with you. So, you've all probably heard of St. Patrick, which we celebrate on the 17th of March. Well, Ireland was traditionally a very pagan country, and the festival of Halloween comes from the pagan festival of Samhain. But St. Patrick came to Ireland in the 5th century. There's a whole story behind that, but long story short, he brought Catholicism to Ireland, and that, as you can see, permeated. As you can see, that permeated the language. So, our hello literally means God be with you. Now, you might be wondering how to reply to this. Well, it is, let's see if it's in the book. I'm not quite sure if they say it here. Oh, they do. Dios Mura Gwitch. Dios Mura Gwitch. So let's write that down so that you can see it clearly. Gia Smur Glitch. So, when someone says Gia Glitch to you, you can reply with Gia Smur Glitch. And of course, Gia again is God that we had here. Mura means Mary. And again, Glitch is something close to be with you. So this literally translates to God and Mary be with you. Okay, so let's continue the dialogue. Oh, this is also a very good cultural point. Tá sé fuair. Fuair. Let's write that down. So, tá sé. T-A fada S-E fada. Fada just kind of changes the pronunciation of a vowel, making it more broad and elongated, I guess. Irish is kind of hard to translate directly because a lot of the words have slightly different insinuations than in English. But you could say this means it is. It is. And then here. So in the... Oops, I dropped the lid of this. In the dialogue, it said fuair. What does that mean? Cold. So it's a good cultural point, actually. Why is it a good cultural point? Because Irish people love making small talk about the weather. You might be standing on the street waiting for a bus, waiting in a queue, so on and so forth. Some random Irish person will come up to you and go, "Oh wow, it's cold today," or "Oh wow, it's mighty warm today." Because we just love to make small talk about the weather. Doesn't matter if you've been friends for years or you've never met this person before. When you meet a person, it's just customary to talk about the weather for, a minute or two. And usually we're complaining, because Irish people love to complain. But hey, it's smart of this to begin with. With the weather. So in the piece it said, fuair. F F-U-A-R, or we pronounce some letters a bit differently in Irish. So that's cold. So here we have a little picture. Oh, focus. Toshe for Toshe Che. Che. T-E. So that can mean hot or warm. And this is very important for Ireland because this is the state of weather which we usually have. Tá sé flock. Flock. F-L-I-U-C-H. And that is wet. It rains all the time. Kerboshti. Okay. The next one is Chirim. Chirim, which means dry. Today actually, tá sé Chirim. But I don't know where I was exactly. But we'll just get on with the different weather types. Okay, here is the next one. D-O-R-C-H-A. Durka. Durka. That's dark. Sorry, this looks a bit weird. Sorry. That's dark. Toshe Durka. Dark. Now, I just want to point out that, as I mentioned before, that there is different regional pronunciations of certain words in Irish. So if you have heard this pronounced differently before, that is one of the major reasons. For anyone who is wondering, I speak with a Connacht dialect, which is the west of Ireland. But my Irish teacher in school had an Ulster dialect, so I might chop and change between the two dialects at times. Okay, the next one, tá sé Gial. We're running out of room, but this is the last one. Gial. Bright. Gial. Bright. So, you can put any of these in here easily. I mean, it is cold, warm, wet, dry, dark, or bright. Gal, Durka, Tirim, Flock, Che, Fuair. That is the first part of this lesson. Ooh, my kitten came on the table. If you can see our little fur over here. As I was saying, we could have a lesson about Irish history and culture and learn some language for that, or something completely different, not involving Irish. Whatever you guys want. Anything is fun for me. So, thank you all for listening, and I hope that you all learned some Irish today. And we can all learn together, or at least speak together in the future about something Irish related, Ireland related, or maybe not. Maybe something completely different. Thank you all for watching.